forward to this one because it's a really good, fun experiment. This one's called the homemade lava lamp. And you're going to need some ingredients. So to start off with, you're going to need some vegetable oil. Any oil will do. You're going to need tablets that fizz in the water. So I'm using my vitamin C tablets, but you can use any tablet that fizzes. So effervescent aspirin or Alka-Seltzer tablets. You're going to also need some food colouring. Any colour will do. I've got some red here. You need some water. And you're also going to need a tall, thin glass. So I'm using a wine glass here. So let's get started. We're going to start off by putting some water, only a little bit of water, with some food colouring. We're going to let that diffuse in the water. Give that a little bit of a stir. Whilst that's mixing around, we're going to use the oil. And we're going to fill up your glass to just under halfway. Again, I can't give you exact measurements because it depends on how large your glass is. Let's put a little bit more. Something like that. Then you're going to carefully pour your coloured water, but you're going to try and dribble it down the side of the glass, like this. And straight away you'll see that the water doesn't actually mix with the oil. That's about 50-50. And now for the fun bits, you're going to use a tablet. Now I'm going to only use half. If you use too much, it ends up going a little bit nuts. So I'm just going to use half a vitamin C tablet, plonk it in and watch it go. Doesn't that look amazing? And what's nice about this is that once the tablet has finished fizzing, you can just add another one and let it go again. So let's talk about why this is happening.
The first thing we need to think about is why the water sinks below the oil. Oil is less dense than water. This means that the oil particles are more spread out compared to the water particles. This is why water sinks to the bottom and the oil floats to the top. The second thing we need to think about is why the oil and water do not mix. Do you remember last lesson when we talked about the plus and minus bits on the water particle? Well, oil particles do not have plus and minus bits. This makes it impossible for the water and oil particles to stick together. So oil can't dissolve in water, and water can't dissolve in oil. Look, even when I try to mix the two up, they just end up separating and the oil floats back up to the top. When you add the fizzy tablet, bubbles of gas are made. This gas is called carbon dioxide. The gas is less dense than water and the oil, so it will rise all the way to the surface, dragging some water up with it. Once the gas has escaped, the water becomes dense and sinks back down to the bottom of the glass. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay safe, and I'll leave you with this brilliant footage I nicked from the internet. Enjoy!